It is with considerable pleasure that I join you in celebrating 68 years of the establishment of this fine institution of learning. I'm grateful to the authorities of Prempeh College for the invitation and for the opportunity to deliver this brief address. For a moment, I was about to describe Prempeh College as a famous institution and arguably the best in the Ashanti region. But I am sure your brothers from Upukuwai Senior High School will disagree and will not take kindly to this. I'm sure, however, that they cannot dispute the fact that Prempeh College is their older brother, an institution steeped in so much history, which has succeeded in producing some of the finest Ghanaians who have walked our lands. 68 years of existence is worthy of commemoration, and I wish you many more years of continued educational service, excellence in service to God and country. By the grace of God, on 12 September 2017, we launched the free high school policy. Prior to its launch, available data indicated that our children were falling out of the educational system at every stage in alarming numbers. Over the last 4 years, for example, an average of 100,000 BECE graduates who were placed in our public senior high schools each year did not take up their place. This means that in the next decade, at least 1 million of our young men and women without any employable skills would have had their education terminated at junior high school. It would have been too dangerous for Ghana's stability, as we would have been building a future of hopelessness for our youth. Such a situation was totally unacceptable and intolerable, and I was determined to end it. Yes, there are teething problems and challenges confronting the policy, as there would be with any new bold initiative. However, I'm inspired by the famous Chinese adage which says, "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step." We have taken that first step in Ghana, and we shall deal with the challenges. In dealing with them, tenders have already gone out, and soon contracts will be awarded for the provision of some 69,500 mono desks and some 13,100 bunk beds. Additionally, tender notices have been issued for the supply of furniture for dining halls, staff rooms of teachers, computer laboratories, and the provision of marker boards for classrooms. Free SHS will ensure that all our children will be educated to at least secondary level, and money, or the lack of it, will no longer mean a denial of education. Already, the policy has led to an increase of over 90,000 children who have entered senior high school this academic year, who would have otherwise dropped out at this stage. The politically motivated propagandists and naysayers who in the last few years said that free SHS was not possible and could only happen after 20 years are now singing a new tune. They now claim free SHS is not sustainable and will crash in 5 years. Let me burst their bubble again. Free SHS is here to stay. Because leadership is about choices, and I have no doubt that the overwhelming majority of Ghanaians support the choice that I have made. They recognize the importance of the investment we are making in the youth and in the future of our country. The investment will be sustained. I continue to be puzzled as to the vehemence with which so-called social democrats oppose or attempt to undermine measures designed to address poverty. Their demagoguery and opportunism will always be exposed. Further, under the Secondary Education Improvement Project, government has secured a $40 million loan from the World Bank for the expansion and upgrading of facilities in 75 senior high schools across the country. Construction works on the existing community day schools are ongoing. Government will also upgrade 42 senior high schools into model school status. At the hitherto basic education level, ladies and gentlemen, government this year increased capitation grant by 100% from 4.50 Ghana cedis per capita to 9 cedis per capita. And in 2018, will absorb 100% of BEC registration fees for registered candidates from our public JHSs. So determined is my government to focus our energies on education that we have increased the amount per capita of students fed under the school feeding program, which had remained static since 2014, from 80 pesos to 1 cedi. Furthermore, an additional 501,000 children are now being fed at school under the expanded school feeding program. Within the next 5 years, government aims to equip some 38,715 basic schools with science, technology, and engineering, mathematics, STEM equipment, and train over 38,000 basic school teachers to aid in the teaching of STEM in all basic schools. This initiative is intended to strengthen the foundational skills and generate interest in mathematics, science, engineering, and technology. The rehabilitation of existing schools and the construction of new ones will continue, all with the purpose of strengthening the delivery of quality basic education.